이거는 행복이었어.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. The army world is exploding again. This time, it's not because of a comeback, not because of an album teaser, or even because of a concert schedule. Just a photo. One seemingly simple photo, yet it's capable of shaking the emotions of millions of fans around the world. Jikook HOI truly explodes. Timelines are filled with screams, theories, tears of joy, and a mix of emotions that are hard to describe. The latest photo fuels the fire that has long burned in the hearts of Jikook shippers, and it also serves as Jungkook's powerful, silent answer to all doubts, including those of Taekookers, without him having to say a single word. As soon as the photo appeared, the first reaction was a moment of silence, followed by an explosion. Many fans said their hearts stopped beating for a few seconds. Some stared at their phone screens without blinking, ensuring that what they saw wasn't edited, not an illusion, and not false hope. The photo felt real, too real. Their expressions, distance, body language, and atmosphere seemed to speak for themselves. There were no words, but the message was clear to those who had followed Jimin and Jungkook's journey. For Jikookers, this moment felt like a profound emotional validation. It wasn't just about who's close to whom, but about intimacy born of comfort, trust, and a relationship built over years. The photo radiated an energy that was hard to fake. There was calm, there was tenderness, there was a sense of belonging that didn't need to be overly exaggerated. Everything seemed natural, like two people used to being in the same space, both physically and emotionally. What made fans even more hysterical was the timing. The photo appeared at a time when the ship debate was heating up again. On one side, some were still trying to elevate Taekook's narrative, building theory after theory, sometimes even forcing interpretations that felt far from reality. On the other side, Jikookers were simply waiting for the moment to speak for itself. And this photo came like an unspoken answer, a small smile from the universe saying, "Relax, you're not seeing things." Jungkook's reaction was a major highlight. He didn't write a clarification, didn't deny it, didn't explain anything. But it was in that silence that many fans felt Jungkook spoke the loudest. His relaxed demeanor, his matter-of-fact expressions, and his consistent presence around Jimin felt like a message that needed no translation. Sometimes, silence doesn't mean avoidance. Sometimes, silence is the purest form of honesty. Many fans have noticed that Jungkook isn't the type to be dramatic or confrontational. If he has something to say, he does it through small, sincere actions. And this photo feels like one of those actions. Not to prove anything to anyone, but to be himself. But it's precisely that honesty that makes everything feel so powerful. Jimin in the photo also takes center stage. His gentle expression, the way he's around Jungkook, and the warm aura he always exudes made many fans emotional. Jimin has always been known for his expressive affection, and when that meets Jungkook's protective and caring side, it creates a dynamic that's hard to ignore. This combination not only looks beautiful but also feels real and comforting. Fans are starting to remember Jimin's long journey since his debut. From small interactions on stage, fleeting glances captured on camera, unbridled laughter behind the scenes, to emotional moments that often touch armies. It all feels like puzzle pieces finally coming together to create a bigger picture. This latest photo is like the tip of a long simmering iceberg of emotions. The hysteria on social media isn't empty hysteria. Many wrote that they cried not because of the sensation, but because of a joy that's hard to explain. There was a feeling of being seen and understood, as if the beliefs they'd harbored for so long had finally taken concrete form. Many also wrote that they felt calmer, more at peace, and more confident in enjoying Jikook without having to prove anything to anyone. Meanwhile, for Taekookers, this photo is a moment that's hard to ignore. Not because it attacks anyone, but because it stands so still and powerful. It's not provocative, not loud, yet full of meaning. Many tried to rationalize, find loopholes, or divert attention. But that's precisely where the photo's powerful impact becomes apparent. It doesn't force anyone to believe, but it also can't be easily erased from reality.
들어가시면 어떡해요. 계속 돌고 있잖아요. 빨리 내려오세요, 빨리. 알았어요, 갈게요.
Which makes everything feel even more emotional is Jikook's way of being effortlessly present. They never sell a story, never make claims, and never play with their fans' imaginations. But precisely because of that, every small moment that emerges feels so precious. This photo isn't an exhibition, but a slice of life captured on camera. In the K-pop world full of carefully crafted strategies, concepts, and narratives, Jikook feels like a breathing space. They present something human, something imperfect, not dramatically planned, but deeply sincere. And that's what makes fans connect so emotionally. Many armies wrote that Jungkook answered them without words, not with lengthy clarifications, not with official statements, but with his presence. By the way he stood next to Jimin, by the way he looked comfortable, and by the way he remained consistently himself. In a world that often demands explanations, small actions like these feel far more honest. This photo also reminds fans that Jikook isn't about winning, not about proving who's right or wrong. Jikook is about feelings, about connection, and about the beauty of a relationship that grows naturally. The hysteria that erupted wasn't negative, but rather an explosion of emotion born of love and hope. Many say this photo will become one of the legendary moments in fandom history, not because of the drama, but because of its serenity. Because he didn't shout, he didn't force or attack. He simply existed, yet his presence was powerful. Amidst the din of online media, this photo was like a soft whisper that could overpower the screams. It taught us that honesty doesn't always require words. Sometimes, just one image, one moment, one sincere presence can convey everything. Jikook HOY did explode, but not in a sense of destruction. He exploded as an outpouring of love, happiness, and relief. He exploded as a symbol that what many fans had been feeling all along wasn't just empty imagination. He exploded as a reminder that a genuine relationship will always find its own way to shine through, even without sound. And perhaps, that's the greatest beauty of Jikook. They didn't need to explain who they were to each other. They didn't need to defend themselves. They simply needed to be themselves. And the world, sooner or later, would understand. And that's how one small photo can change everything. Without words, without clarification, without drama, Jikook once again made ARMY's world tremble. They didn't need to prove anything, because their presence alone was the answer. If you feel the same way, if your heart beats with you when you see this moment, then we are on the same emotional frequency. Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow Jikookers, and write your feelings in the comments section, because your voice is part of the story. Thank you for watching until the end. Keep supporting Jimin and Jungkook with sincere love, and see you in the next video with another equally surprising Jikook moment.